year, I went from being a student and working as a cook to being a full-time trader. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly my journey and how you can achieve exactly the same thing. So welcome guys to KOSHKAH'S Trading Academy, and today we're gonna see how you can accomplish the same thing as me and the steps to take to be a full-time trader as fast as possible. So basically, when I started trading, I knew zero about what is investments, what is the financial markets. I was actually a student and I was studying languages. So it's zero in link with like finances or anything like that. And after studying, I was working as a cook in my part-time job. And after my job, I was studying again and doing my homework, etc. So I had a really busy schedule basically. But I always wanted to be a teacher, and I always actually was interested into like finances, build like this financial freedom, having more time for myself and not work for someone else. And then randomly, I actually discovered trading on YouTube. And then, you know guys, when you discover trading, we're all attracted by those guys flexing Lamborghinis, flexing mansions, and you think, oh, this is really a nice thing. I can as well become a day trader and become rich, right? So I was kind of attracted by this easy way of making money that trading was kind of portrayed as. But with all of that, I always wanted to have this type of jobs when I'm not always on my feet. For example, you know, cooking is really hard on yourself. You're always constantly moving, you're always on your feet, you don't have time to eat. And I didn't have this satisfaction in this type of job. I'm someone more intellectual, so I like to like sit on my computer and do some stuff that I actually like. And this is why I wanted to find another job that can actually provide me this freedom of resting when I want, working when I want, and not working for someone else. You know, trading is portrayed on YouTube often like, for example, I had a $10 account and I flipped it into a $1,000 account. But then I realized that it's not as easy as it seems. At the beginning, actually, I opened a broker account, I put $100 and I full margined my position because I didn't know what I was doing. And then I had insufficient margin. I'm like, what is margin? You know, I was really rushed into making money at the beginning. And then when I realized that I don't even know what I'm doing, I just bought or sold like USD GPY for no reasons. I'm like, okay, no, stop. I need actually to learn these concepts. This is when I started to actually go on YouTube, reading some trading books, and this is when I realized there's so much trading strategies online. And on YouTube, it's really hard to find one good strategy and to follow this strategy. At the beginning, I was actually strategy jumping. I didn't really know where to learn, how to learn. You know, I learned the basics, but afterwards, when it came to psychology, when it came to technical analysis, combining the strategy, I was completely lost. And a lot of people, when they start learning trading, this is exactly the point where a lot of people stop because they don't know what to do next. They know the basic concepts, they know what a forex pair is, what is sessions, you know, what is a trend line, support and resistance, but afterwards they don't know how to combine those concepts together. So first things first, if you want to be a full-time trader, you need to have a clear and structured plan on what you can do to achieve your goals fast. So if you want to achieve your goals fast, first of all, okay, don't do the same mistakes as I did. The first thing that really helped me achieving my trading goals is to find one strategy and join one community that trades the exact same strategy. There is multiple trading communities online. There's some of them that are paid, some of them are free, but basically guys, when you join a community and you learn from one specific person, then all the other strategies are non-existent in your brain. Because if you start by focusing on one strategy and stop on looking around, you will make way bigger progress way faster. Because trading is something that a lot of people are seeing differently. You know, I might see my strategy with my point of interest, my break of structure this way, and someone else might see it another way. But if you try to watch so much videos of different persons that are trading different concepts, and you're just gonna get confused at the end, you know. Some people are really in this specific moment that they have so much knowledge in their brain, but they don't know what to do with that much knowledge and how to combine concepts together. This is when a trading community will help you out, because this will filter all the unnecessary concepts and just keep the important concepts that are taught in that community. Then, for example, if you found a good community, you need to backtest this strategy and create your own edge around the strategy. Why? For example, for me, at the beginning, when I discovered trading, I was trying to trade breakouts with support and resistance and trend line. But I soon realized that it was not mechanical enough. When I'm talking about a mechanical strategy, I'm talking about something you can repeat exactly with the same rules every single time. For example, why I personally didn't like trend lines is because they're too subjective. You know, if you move the trend line just a little bit, your complete trade will change. This is why I went on SMC trading. That is more, in my opinion, how I see it. For me, it's more mechanical and I can see the same patterns really every single time the same way. It's not as subjective as, for example, breakouts or trend lines. So when you discover that you have a strategy that is mechanical, you need to actually write it down with a checklist. So step by step, what do you do first? What are you looking for? What is the next thing you can look for? For example, me, the first thing first is to identify the range. After I identify the break of structure, after I identify the POI, after I identify the mitigation of the POI, you know, it needs to be step by step. If you have your concepts in your head, but you cannot write it down on paper, you will not follow it exactly the same way every single time, and your results will vary. This is why there's a lot of people that are at break-even stage, because their trades are not in around an edge. They're too in between of everything they know. So when you have this knowledge, you need to step it down and write it down on paper, basically, so then you can have a checklist to follow. And this will come after you have this checklist to follow. You will need to backtest it, okay? When you backtest it, this is when you see if you have any mistakes, if you understand your knowledge completely, and then this is when you have the data to have this confidence that this strategy will work on real time. And if you don't backtest, you don't know any data about how the strategy will perform on you. Because yes, this is another thing that I personally, at the beginning of my trading, I was watching multiple strategies and actually I didn't see if my strategy was working for me as it will be working for someone else, and I just tried to trade the strategy straight away. But guys, without the data, if the strategy is actually working for you, you will not be profitable. Someone else's results doesn't mean you will have the same results, because again, you don't have the same practice as this person with experience has. This is why you really need to backtest it and learn the strategy for yourself. This is why as well at the beginning I was trying to follow some signals, but this will not make you a profitable trader. When you follow signals, you don't actually understand what you're doing, and when, for example, the signal goes wrong or right, anyway, you don't learn anything from it. You just make profit or a loss. But on the long term, understanding the strategy, this is what will make you from a profitable trader to an unprofitable trader. So if we go back to my story, when I started learning at the beginning, I was really confused, right? But afterwards, I discovered a community. And when I joined this specific trading community, I started to have this old concepts that I learned in my head. I started to have a mechanical approach to that trading. And this is when as well I started to backtest more, journal more. I had a proper checklist and a proper edge. This is when, with practice, because again, when you discover a strategy, you need to practice. You need to master the strategy. Like I said, not for everyone the strategy will work the same way, and not everyone will learn the strategy the same pace. This is why you need to backtest the strategy and see your mistakes and see if the results are great for you too. When I discovered the strategy, I started to backtest it as much as possible, write everything down, had a proper checklist, and I started to have a way mechanical approach to trading. This is when my results completely skyrocketed, because this is when I had more data and more guidance on what to look at when I was opening a chart. At that specific point of time, when I had my proper strategy, I had my mechanical rules, I was pretty much at break-even phase. And the reason why I was still not completely profitable was my psychology. Honestly, I had a really tough time with psychology at the beginning, because trading, again, a lot of people are talking about technical analysis, strategy, risk management, whatever, but psychology is something that people don't pay enough attention to. And yes, a lot of people are repeating psychology, blah 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 blah, and at the beginning you don't really believe it because you don't experience it yet. You didn't experience it, so basically you don't have this experience of knowing what they're talking about. But when you have this strategy, you have a lot of emotions that are coming in your way. First of all, you don't want to lose any money, right? You don't want to risk your money. You don't want to lose your money. So it's really different to trade from a demo account into a live account. On demo, there is no real money involved, right? So you don't really need to worry if it's a loss, if it's a win, But when it comes to real money trading, for example, in a broker, you invested your real money. So if you have a loss, you lost your money, right? So your psychology will start working out and talking you into things that you don't really need to do. Like, for example, don't open this trade, it's not a good setup. Even if everything is listed, it's good. You're gonna start overthinking. I, for example, had a lot of losses because I was overthinking my setups, and I was afraid of entering setups. So when I started to fix my psychology, this is when I had as well better results. If you are in this phase that you are having a lot of issues with your psychology, you actually need to journal your trades and journal your emotions, because you need to see the reason why you're feeling this emotion. If, for example, I had this overthinking process that I was overthinking my setups, the reason behind that is that I was not trusting enough my strategy. I was not trusting enough my data. This is why I went back testing more. I went collect even more data, and when I was forward testing, I saw that my strategy was performing well. So why worry? And then I slowly I started to differentiate myself, separate myself from actually the data results, the PNL, and the strategy edge. I was following the strategy. If the strategy worked or didn't work, it doesn't matter, because I was following my rules. And this is how I slowly started to differentiate myself, that I don't care if I win, I don't care if I lose, the strategy is good, so I apply the same rules as on my back testing. Another thing that I had at the beginning was I was afraid of entering my trades. But same thing, I just entered a trade right now and I don't care about the outcome of the trade. You need to learn how to separate your emotions from your trading, and you need to separate your PNL from how you feel. If, for example, you are in a losing streak, tell yourself that everyone, even experienced traders that have been trading for years and years, will still continue to have some losing streaks from time to time. Nothing in the market is guaranteed. No one is guaranteed to have a good win rate every single time, every single month. There is months that you might have a losing month, a red month. Even, for example, there's people that have losing years, but overall, if you follow the strategy over a longer period of time, you need to know that trading is a long process. It's not a get-rich scheme that a lot of people at the beginning are portraying as. Another advice that I can give you guys for psychology, if you're scared of trading on your live account and investing multiple $1,000s to make some profits, there is right now a really good opportunity that are called prop firms. Basically, there are simulated trading companies that, in exchange of passing a challenge and proving that you are a skilled trader, trader, they will give you simulated capital to trade on, and all the profits that you make on that account, you will receive a 80 to 90% profit split of the profits that you generate on the account. You only need to buy a challenge and pass this challenge, and then according to the account size that you bought, you will have this account size to trade on. And this account, it's a demo account as well, so this psychology is the same thing as, for example, you were trade on a demo account. Because imagine, instead of risking, for example, $50 of your live account and only have $50 to trade on and make only profits on that $50, and then you can trade on a $6,000 account. So you see the difference between risking only $50 into your live capital or trade on a $6,000 with a prop firm that is for traders. You have a way better account size to trade on, and you can make way bigger profits while having good risk management. Because in trading, there's a lot of people that are trying to flip accounts from a $50 to $50,000, but this is just not realistic. When you are a skilled trader, you will understand that you will need to risk between 2% of your account maximum, because if you risk more than that, you might have a losing streak and your account might be blown. But when you have a good risk management, you can have multiple losses and then wins and then losses and then wins, and over a longer period of time, your account will go up. If you try to just flip your account from a small amount to a big amount, you will lose and blow multiple trading accounts for no reasons. This is why prop firms right now, like FORTRADERS, are a really great alternative for better emotions and for not investing your real money and still have the chance to trade on a really big account size and keep 80 to 90% of the profits. If you want to learn more about prop firm trading and FORTRADERS, see the link in the description and go see our website or just see our YouTube channel. We talk about prop firm trading and how you can scale your account size for a small challenge fee to a big account to trade on. So after I managed to have this emotion in place and have this break-even stage go to profits, this is when I decided to quit my job. Okay guys, so when I quitted my job, I want you to understand that I already had some savings to the side, because trading is something that is a lot of psychology and it gets really emotional fast. So if you have this pressure of making money every single week to sustain your life and have this money to just live, you will have too much pressure on your head to make money every single time. And like I explained, trading, it's not something that is 100% reliable every single month. Some months you might have a red month and even be a negative, you know. So you need savings before quitting your job to be a full-time trader. I had already pretty much like 5 to 6 months in savings, so I can be able to live and cover my expenses even if I am not profitable. I was profitable, but it's always good to have some savings to the side in case something happens, okay? Because again, if you don't have any savings and you quit your job, your psychology will get too affected. So when I felt ready, I had as well my savings, I had as well another little side also that I was starting my online business. So I had more things to do than just quit my job and had no money left, you know? So this is when I felt ready to quit my job, when I had already some savings to the side and I knew that my psychology will not get impacted by the fact that I don't have a stable income anymore. At the beginning, it was a little bit indeed stressful because, you know, it's a whole new world. Trading is something that you cannot predict what's gonna happen in the future. You know, income is something stable. Trading is something unstable. Sometimes it can be really high, sometimes it can be low as well. So you need to have this basically safe net in case something goes wrong. But I had this safe net and I knew trading was something I like to do, and this gave me so much freedom and so much opportunities that I was never expecting. First of all, I can work from home from anywhere around the world. I was, for example, invited at FORTRADERS Gala in Prague while I live in Canada, and I just flew there in like 1 month of preparation because I had this opportunity that I can trade anywhere around the world and still make money. So I didn't mind about leaving my office and go to Prague instead. However, guys, keep in mind that transitioning from being a part-time job or full-time job to full-time trading requires a lot of mental strength. Like I said, you need to be ready that not every day will be a good day. You need to be ready as well that trading is something that will get through a lot of drawdowns and emotions. You know, if you're not someone strong mentally, you need to develop this strength of being a full-time trader. But then it learns a lot of things about yourself and it develops you a really good mental resilience. So if you want to develop yourself and be a better person, trading will really help you with doing that. Sticking to the strategy as well, it's even more important when you are a full-time trader. You need to have these good habits that I was explaining earlier as a mechanical edge checklist and stick to the strategy, differentiate yourself from your emotions and your P&L and just continue to do exactly the same thing every single day. And this is how your trading results will be consistent and you will succeed of being a full-time trader. The last thing I want to remind you guys is that trading is a long marathon. It's not a one-time thing. It's not in one trade you're gonna be rich. You need to actually understand that it's slowly building your capital, slowly learning more every single day. Not everyone is a perfect trader when, for example, they go full-time in trading. Even me, I still have a lot of things to learn, improve my strategy. It's a long game over the years, you know. Everyone will get better every single day if you keep pushing. This is when trading is teaching you self-discipline, and when you are a full-time trader, you are never on top of the game. You can always constantly learn with new mentors or new people that you can contact to share your insights, share your strategy. You can always improve yourself. And don't think yourself that trading is you quit your job and you're gonna be rich. Like I was explaining, it's slowly, 1 month might be good, 1 month might be bad, but over a long period of time, you will be more rewarded by working for yourself, more financial freedom and more freedom of time to spend with your family, friends, and doing what you love. Don't forget as well that you will fail along the journey. I, for example, failed multiple times my trading. I went in drawdown even after I was a full-time trader. I still lost funded accounts. I still had some issues and months that are bad. Like, for example, I had a pretty bad month last month. But anyway, you need to, again, differentiate yourself from failures and a long-time journey, because failures will happen to everyone. Even if you are a good trader, you need to understand that you will sometimes feel lost, you will sometimes feel that you don't know what you're doing anymore, but it's not true. Keep your head straight and keep pushing forward. If you push forward, you will know that success will come with slower growth. So guys, don't forget to stay calm, keep improving, collect your data, and just push forward every single day to become the best version of yourself every single day. So if you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments where are you right now in your journey to become a full-time trader, and see you soon into another episode of KOSHKAH'S Trading Academy.